It's just a sign of the time. It's a positive vibe. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Positive Vibes Only. I'm your host, Nakia. Hopefully, you can hear me. Just wanted to show this to demonstrate that it's been a year, pretty much a year, that we've had to wear masks. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of wearing masks. It's hard to breathe behind this thing, especially if you're walking around. I gotta take it off. Especially if you're walking around and going food shopping and trying to get groceries, load the groceries, take the groceries out, and you have to wear a mask. But I wore this to tell everybody that it's still serious out there. The things is going on. People are still getting sick. COVID is very real. So I put that as a sign of solidarity, put it on as a sign of solidarity to make sure that you are wearing your mask, make sure that you are social distancing, and make sure that you are washing your hands and taking all of the precautions that are necessary because it's still out there. And like I said, people are still getting sick. So happy mundane, merry, whatever COVID anniversary of when we were told about the virus and then everything that has happened. I want to send prayers, condolences to everyone who has lost someone to the COVID vaccine or complications from the COVID vaccine because of other ailments that they had. Um, if some other precautions, I wholeheartedly believe if some other precautions were put in place prior to this, then I'm not saying that no one would have passed, but we would have saved many, many, many people if certain precautions were taken due to the lack of knowledge with COVID. So make sure you guys are social distancing. No announcements today, but thank you to everyone who has been contributing to the page, contributing to the movement. For those who have been sharing, commenting on the post, I really, really do appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you. I think it's just wonderful the interaction that we have, and we're still growing. Excuse me, the word is still getting out there to everyone about the positive vibe movement. So make sure that you're getting the word out. Thank you to everyone for the emails, the text messages, the cash apps, and people are still buying merch. So make sure you go over to Teespring and over to Redbubble to get your merchandise. Okay, on to the show. For today's topic, I put find your happy place. Find your happy place. And the reason why I brought it up is because I listened to the audio of Kirk Franklin that's been going around as viral. At first, I wasn't going to listen to it, and then I finally listened to it, and I chuckled. It's just me. I thought it was funny. But I realized that certain people in your life who you love and you cherish and adore, they will take you there to where it is a cuss worthy moment. I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. I do cuss. I try to keep positive vibes only, a cuss free cuss free zone, and try to make sure that nothing but positivity is spread here. However, sometimes some moments it's worthy. Like you got to get it out. That person pushed you to the point, and I get it. I've been there plenty of times. But you got to understand why that came out of you. You got to understand why you were pushed to that limit, and you allowed someone to push you to that limit to where you cussed them out, pretty much called them everything but a child of God, ransacked them, ran them up the stairs, down the stairs, drug them through the dirt, through the mud, and everything, because that person that you love and that probably loves you know you well enough to push your buttons, able to push every little trigger, every little button. The only people that can take you there is somebody that you have an emotional connection to. If it's somebody you're not emotionally connected to, they can't trigger you. They can't push your buttons. You just like, okay, whatever. Sorry you feel that way. Whatever. But when it's somebody that you love and somebody that is close to you, whether it be a parent, a sibling, a child, a significant other, they know how to push your buttons. They know how to get you out of that spot. And no matter how happy go lucky, we've just been interrupted. And Someone's going to get in trouble. Go outside. Go down, please. Go down. Thank you. That was not right what you did. Go downstairs. Thank you. The boy just bust through the door like, but I thought it was locked. He got in somehow. But anyway, Liam, go downstairs, please. Now. I forgot what I was saying. See, doing stuff like that, trigger. Trigger. Give me 1 second. Sorry I'm taking this pause, but have to call or text the son to tell him to come get the other son because he's about to get it. Come get Liam. All right. Sorry about that. But it is what it is. It's the life of a parent and a life of a child that wants to be in your presence and around you every 5 seconds. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So if it's somebody who you really, really love, somebody who you really have some deep rooted feelings, they will say some things to you. They will do some things to you to really trigger you and piss you off to no end. They will, and you can stop yourself. There is a way to stop yourself. There really is a way to stop yourself. But I think that it's an accumulation of things. So, for example, if you're in a discussion, I'm not even going to say an argument, you're in a discussion with someone and discussion's going great. Everything's going fine. Everybody's understanding. You know, you said your part, I've said my part. Everything is great. And after all of that time, and you thinking that you're hashing out the issues and hashing out everything, and that one person says something to just dismiss everything that was said in the conversation, that could be a trigger. That person can say, well, I don't see nothing, nothing's going to work out. I don't see no hope. But we were discussing this to find hope, to come to some sort of conclusion, to come to some happy medium. And you're telling me there's no hope. So what were we talking for? You're wasting my time. With me, I don't like my time being wasted. If I've dedicated my time to you, don't waste my time, because my time is precious and it could be spent doing something else or spending more time with my children. Don't waste my time. But certain people can trigger you. It could be in a conversation where the person is going through something. Let's say that, and the person is telling you everything, and you know, you're giving them solutions to their problems, or you're giving them some advice to what they're going through, and you're telling them, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be better. And then the whole time that you're talking to this person sees no hope, sees nothing, and wants to circle conversation. That can trigger you. Or you're talking to somebody and you're trying to get an understanding of where they're coming from and what they're saying, and the whole time you're listening and the person says, well, you're not listening to me. No, I'm hearing you. I'm listening to you. Those are triggers. So in those three instances, it can be a cuss worthy moment. It can be a moment where you're just done. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm not dealing with this anymore. This is stupid. I'm not dealing with this anymore. This is just too much for me. And when you get to that point, and let's say you've gotten past that point and you done cuss this person slam out, don't hold on to that. Don't hold on to that. And then I know when somebody has pushed you to the point and you get that full cuss out of your system, and you tell them every way is a Sunday stuff you've been wanting to say for a long time and they really said it. You've been trying to spare their feelings, but they sitting there hurting your feelings, and you get all of that out and you feel great. That doesn't mean the person that you cussed out feels great. And you got to understand that. You got to understand that there are consequences to your actions, even though it felt great in the moment and you were caught up in the moment and you let them have it, blah, 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 rapid succession. And you gave it to them. Like, ooh, that felt, yes. Ooh, I wanted to say that for a long time. But the person that you said it to is not feeling great. So the reason for the topic is because of the Kirk Franklin cuss out, but I want everybody to find your happy place. I have learned to find my happy place on numerous occasions, especially when it comes to um, somebody triggering me or somebody saying something. And these are loved ones. These is not lay people, because if it's a lay person, like I said, sorry you feel that way, whatever. But if it's somebody who I truly, genuinely love and have a relationship with, and they said something to trigger me, you might get a H, you might get a F bomb, you might get something, because now I'm mad. But I realized that once I get to that point, I have to settle myself and find my happy place. How do you find your happy place? You find your happy place in doing things that you like to do, things that comfort you, things that you love to do. Me and my friend have a joke between us where we say, "Why don't you go sit down and color?" Maybe you need to sit down and color. Maybe you need to learn a craft or crochet or something like that. Learn to do something to get you out of that space. My son had called me earlier today. He was upset about a situation that just happened, and he's so mad and he's pissed off. And then the more I talk to him, he's trying to calm down, but he's still pissed off. I said, listen, it happened. You got to deal with it. How about you find your happy place? Go watch a comedy, listen to some happy music, color, do something to get you out of out of that moment. Because when you hold on to that moment, you tighten all this get tight up, and you just tighten up everything. Then you wonder why your neck hurt, why your back hurt, because you done had all of that trumped up inside your body and you didn't release it. You holding on tight. You're not like you brace yourself for a fall, or you brace yourself because you're about to hit, so something's about to hit you and you tighten yourself up. Okay, that's a reflex. But when you hold on to that tight reflex, you messing up all this. All this gonna be discombobulated, man. Don't do that to yourself. Find your happy place. Please find your happy place. Now, I've been sharing some stuff on my personal page about the Kirk Franklin thing. I found it hilarious. I understand the deeper parts of it, that they've had issues for a very long. I just found that out. I didn't know that. I didn't know the backstory. But when I listened to the way that Kirk Franklin cussed, that was that he held on, that he had that on, he had that up in there. That was a hold on to, he had it in his heart and been wanting to say it, and that boy pushed that button, and then you can also hear the hurt in what he was saying. I'm not saying it's right. I don't agree with it. I don't think you should be cussing people out, even though I do it. It's not right. But I understand. Trust me, I understand. I ain't saying I agree, and I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. I know how it feels to get to that point, and somebody push you to that point, and you start using cuss words, words that somebody ain't never heard come out your mouth before, and they looking at you like you crazy. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm good. But try to find your happy place. Please don't allow people to trigger you. Please understand that the people who try to trigger you, they try to trigger you because they know your triggers, and they try to push your buttons. Now, with two of the people who has pushed me to that point within this year of me starting Positive Vibes Only, the business, but I've always been in the positive vibe movement. I've noticed that once I was triggered and I let the cuss words flow, the first thing the person said was, "This is not being positive vibes." It's like, oh, now you trying to trigger me again. Now you gonna come after my brand? Really? Okay. I see how this goes. I see what you're doing. Trying to slam the brand because you triggered me to a cuss out. It was cuss word. I'm gonna tell you right now, it was cuss worthy and it felt good. But it was wrong. And I apologize. But ooh, it felt good to get it out. It really did. But I knew that it was wrong. I had to apologize. I had to center myself. I had to find my happy place and not allow that to happen again. And each time it's always somebody different. So it was always somebody different. Before I got super saved, I cussed like a sailor. I ain't gonna lie, it's what it is. But now that I'm really, really trying to push forth the positive vibe movement, I'm letting people know, like, look, yes, I know Not everybody is perfect. I know that everybody does not sit on a pedestal. I know that people in your life do things and you're more mad about what they're doing than they are, and you're putting so much energy into trying to help them fix their stuff or fix their issues that is draining you. Don't let nobody raise your blood pressure. Don't know, don't let nobody give you a migraine. Don't allow anybody to press you to that point to where you get that cuss out. After a while, after practice, it does work. Now, I would say prior to the last year when I did the cuss out, and it's been a while. But prior to that, it probably was, I want to say, about 7, 8 years before, prior to that I actually cussed somebody out and was in that space of cussing. Oh, you get the lashing of the tongue real quick, and I realized it was because I was angry. And once I let go of that anger and started doing, my own positive vibe movement before I started the brand, I've learned how to center myself. And I believe that the reason why these two cuss outs came out last year is because I allowed the person to trigger me. I allowed the person to get in my space because I'm thinking, I never thought that the person, let me say, I never thought that the person would push me to that point. Let me say that. I never, ever, ever in my life thought that the person who triggered me, the two people who triggered me last year, would push me to that point to where I would lash out. And they did. And I was hurt. And because I was hurt, I lashed out. I apologize. It's me. I'm sorry. However, it was cuss worthy. I'm gonna tell you right now, it was cuss worthy. But it was wrong. It was wrong. But find your happy place. Find the thing that you like to do to get your mind in an easy space, a happy space, whether it be coloring, crocheting, reading a book, scrolling through Facebook. I posted, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, social media is entertaining. That is my happy place. Or I scroll through YouTube finding videos. Maybe it'd be about Marvel, maybe it'd be about the Matrix, maybe it'll be just some talking heads or some podcasts, but something to get me out of the space that I'm in and help me to stay in a positive space. So whether it, and movies on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is pretty good. I got Amazon Prime and Netflix, but Amazon Prime has some really really good movies out there that are very entertaining. You might want to check some of them out. Um, but yeah, I just find my happy place. I find my happy place, my happy space, where I have zen and peace. And like you saw earlier, the little one, no matter how many times I come up here to do my recording, he always wants to interrupt, and he learned how to get in my door. So that, yeah, you saw it on my face. I was mad because I told him no. We had to talk. We had the discussion. We had to talk, and he bust through the door like he owned the place. He don't pay no rent. I'm giving him a job soon. He don't pay no rent in here. But anyway, that is the end of our show. I thank you all for joining. I thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you tuning in. Make sure that you like, you comment, and you share. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you like, you comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers up over there. On the BlackTube as well, make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe. We really, really do appreciate the love. We really, really do appreciate everyone who has been contributing to the movement. Make sure you get your merch, Positive Vibe merch. I am working on getting some actual inventory here with me, physical inventory, so that I can make deliveries and mail stuff out to people. Place your order with me, and then I mail it out to you. We're working on that because I couldn't do the event. So without being able to do the event, I decided to go another route with just having some merchandise here. So I'm still working on getting my voice right. That's taking some time, but because I am so out of practice, I've been going off and trying to do certain notes. I'm like, nope, nope. note. It just can't get the correct note that I want when I'm singing. But I'm still working on that. And I do have my camera. I'm just working on getting a mic. And once I get a mic, then I will start recording me practicing. So it'll probably be a little better than what it is now, because I'm some of them videos y'all see people sounding awful singing. Yeah, that's me. But I'm still working on that. So we have a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of new things that we're going to be doing, a lot of new things that I'm going to be exploring. So make sure that you stay tuned to the updates. I always give the updates in the beginning and also at the end of the video. So thank you again. I love and appreciate y'all. Appreciate you all. And as I always say in closing, control the narrative. Keep it positive. Positive vibes only. Have a good night, guys.